Hey guys, it's your boy Ken. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Razer's new flagship mouse, the Razer Viper V3 Pro. First, let me start off with the unboxing experience. Unboxing experience is alright. Here's what's inside the box. I think at this price, it'd be nice if they can throw in an extra set of skates, a pouch, and a cleaning cloth. I'm not sure why the budget Death Adder V3 Wired has a pouch and this one does not. This is a 55-gram mouse. Razer updated the Viper V2 shape. While the Viper V2 Pro is a great claw grip mouse / fingertip, I do feel like it's a bit too flat. Now with the Viper V3 Pro, the first thing I noticed is that it sits higher than the Viper V2, especially towards the back. It has a taller hump that slopes down aggressively towards the back. I don't really feel this mid hump at all unless I try to palm grip this mouse. This rear of the Viper V3 Pro fills my rear to mid palm. When it comes to the side, it feels slightly narrower than the Viper V2 Pro, and it doesn't flare out aggressively towards the front. The mouse tapers down aggressively from top to the front of the mouse. You also get this aggressive comfort groups on the clicks. This new Viper shape makes a really good claw grip mouse. If you relax claw and palm, in my opinion, I think the GPX is just superior. Now when it comes to the build quality of the Viper V3 Pro, it's alright. At least for my unit, I do have an initial creaking. But other than that, there's no rattles or any flex. The mouse 1 and 2 has very little side-to-side play, no grinding or whatsoever. It's using Razer Gen 3 opticals and they are alright. Not my favorite switches. I do prefer the Armor opticals on my GPX2. When it comes to the scroll wheel, it is nice. You get a pretty nice light defined steps. One thing I noticed, when my fingers are sweaty, I do find the scroll wheel material to be a little bit slippery. When it comes to the mouse button 3, it's easy to actuate and it requires a medium amount of force. The side buttons are good, low pre and post travel. But in my opinion, I think the placement could be better, especially for the mouse button 5. It probably has something to do with how I grip the mouse. I do find the mouse button 5 to be slightly hard to hit sometimes. Under the mouse, you have a new skates design. You now get a larger skates, which I am a big fan of. I do find it to be really glidey, and honestly, I don't really see the need to replace them. When it comes to the sensor position, it is centered, no complaints there. You also get a power / DPI button underneath. One of the things that I like about this mouse is the weight balancing. This mouse feels super nice to lift, and the weight distribution feels evenly spread out. You also get this new coating from Razer. I got the white one since I don't like the Razer Smooth Touch. Now, if you have dry hands, you might find this mouse to be slippery, but the more moist your hand gets, the grippier it gets. In terms of grippiness, I would rank this below Zowie and Vaxi coating, and I would say it's on par with GPX coating. Performance-wise, this mouse is flawless. I don't really have too much to say, to be honest. I run this at 4K polling only, even though it can go up to 8K, but the battery drain is just crazy at 8K. I was able to play well with the shape. I do find this new skates design and stock skates to be really nice for micro adjustments. I'm currently using it with my Vaxi PA Rain U. The mouse glides really well, low static friction, somewhat controlled dynamic friction, and great stopping power. Going back to the polling rate real quick, honestly, I think 8K is just some marketing shit. 1K to 4K is already hard to perceive. It's just mostly for click latency. 4K is already smooth to me, but I mean the click latency at 1K and 4K are both good already. It's just mostly for marketing BS, like I said. I just can't be bothered to use 8K, and I can't be bothered to charge my mouse every other day. But hey, if you absolutely have to use 8K, nobody's stopping you. There's really not much to say. Wireless tech and performance are both excellent. Battery life at 4K lasts me about 4 to 5 days. When it comes to the software experience, it's alright. It's pretty straightforward. I feel like Synapse these days feels more responsive than it used to. I honestly don't mind it anymore. Here on your main page, this is where you can select different profile, change your button functions or whatever, except for the left click. Here underneath that, this is where indicator LED settings are. If you wanted to show connection status, battery status, or battery warning only. Honestly, I think the battery warning only and the battery status are both useful, so you know how much battery you have if you don't want to open Synapse again. I think this is really nice. On your performance tab, this is where you can adjust your DPI stages. What's nice about this mouse is that you can now increase your DPI by 1 or decrease it by 1, which is honestly is nice. You know, let's say your ideal DPI is 1569. You know what I'm saying? You can now, or 1599. You know, you're whiffing because of that extra 1 DPI. Now with this new sensor, you can actually decrease your DPI by 1, which honestly is nice. You can also enable X and Y. If you use this, if you want to use different DPI for your X and Y, you could do that. On the polling rate tab, this is where you can adjust your polling rate. This auto switch polling rate when in game, a really nice feature, but honestly, I don't trust it. I'd rather run my mouse at 4K at all times. And underneath that is where your sensitivity matcher. If you don't know what that is, just click on the question mark. It fine-tune your mouse to mimic the feel of another mouse. A second mouse is required to use this feature. Honestly, if you are already $159 down by buying this mouse, I don't think you can use this feature. I mean, for a normal person, I guess. But if you really got it like that, you have multiple mice, then I guess this feature can be useful. But I don't see myself using this feature. But it's something that is nice to have. On your power tab, this is where you can adjust your power savings and low power mode. And on the calibration, this is where you can calibrate your mouse. But honestly, I don't really use any of these. So yeah, overall the software is not bad. But you know, I use 1 DPI and I just set the polling rate to 4K. And it seems to keep the settings even though the Synapse is not running in the background. So that's a W. And honestly, I just set my settings like I said, and I will never open Synapse again unless I really have to. But yeah, that's about it when it comes to the software. Overall, I think the Viper V3 Pro is a really nice mouse, but the price is just insane. I do recommend this for people with medium to large hand size and only when it's on sale. I really like the changes Razer did to the mouse. I do wish they gave you more for the price, like extra set of skates, for example. I wish they used a better scrollable material and better side button placement. Other than that, this mouse is one of the best mouse I've tried to date. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.